No,
No technical issues here.
we just had the mic muted. No technical issues.
Let me go get that.
We just had the mic muted. Perfect. Let's go to our live cam. Hi, I'm Greg Turon.
Hey, David Harmon.
I'm Eggy the Tech in the chat room once in a while,
And I'm David Harmon in the chat room once in a while.
and right here too.
Yeah.
All right, we are unboxing.
The AnyCubic Predictor Delta.
So, yeah.
He says he sees the octopus.
Oh, sorry.
1 second.
Sorry.
Better. He's new at this. Don't
Wait.
worry.
I didn't switch. My fault. All right. We are going to unpack. I'm Greg, by the way, Eggy the Tech,
David.
and we'll get started. We're going to go to a. So, David's going to do the unboxing. No, I got one here. There you go.
Oh, good, good. So we got this guy in from Calgary this morning. We're in Lethbridge, that's South Alberta, and we ordered it from Spool 3D, and it came in less than a day, which was awesome. Alright.
All right. So,
We got foam and lots of it. A lovely AnyCubic Think Bigger card.
just hold on. Here we go.
Right camera. And the Manuel. Ooh, Manuel. Power cable. We got some filament in here. The extruder. The hot end, which is mostly metal except for the fan shroud.
Oh yeah. And two different blowers on this fan shroud too.
Yeah, so get some good air cooling.
All right. Uh-oh. No, never mind.
And let's get this guy out. So this would be the bottom. So there's the heated bed, and yeah, just the cable on the bottom there. It's all nice and soldered in, so no worries. Now this part will be probably heavier because this is where all the components are. So it's a little bit thicker there. All your steppers are inside, the control screen's on there, and the controller board's inside there too.
Oh, PTFE to feed through.
Yeah.
All right.
And we got some fantastic no-name skin PLA.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Skin,
Skin,
literally
yeah.
skin color. All right.
And this rig has the all the tools and the USB cables and spare hot end.
That's nice to
Yeah.
see.
So you get the grab it there. The hot end assembled, ready to get clipped in. Looks like a end stop sensor.
And it is a not all metal.
So we have PFET tube line there in the hot end. So this machine probably is only going to be good to about 230, so maybe PETG if you're lucky. And then the tools for assembly, nice in a bag. I'm sure they're direct from China, so hopefully we won't strip screws. And the USB cable. Here you go. And this looks like a spool holder. And one industrial sized
The build volume on this one is
Good. 370.
370 by
400.
455,
Yeah.
I want to say. So it's actually pretty decent. We were originally looking at getting a little monster. I believe you have a little monster. But it was a month wait, and Calgary had this, and we could get it the next day. So
Yeah, the other thing with the little monster is up where we are, they're about $1,000, and this comes in at about $850. The other big difference between the little monster and this guy is the little monster is a true kit, where this one is just put the side arms on and hopefully get printing. So it shouldn't take very long to put together. But yeah, really similar to the size of the little monster.
So each of these have the steppers already bolted on and everything, so.
And then they wrap the gantry pieces here just in some plastic so they don't move in shipping. So we can set some stuff back on this just to be sure.
Nothing else in the box.
Lovely empty box.
All right. So I'm gonna just switch cameras here. So here is all the parts laid out. You know what? They even give you some very nice. Check this out. Rubber gloves
Ooh.
for safety.
Safety first, kids.
All right.
It is. It's the build on this so far looks really good. Everything's nice. Aluminum framing. There's no plastic anywhere around that I can see. So I guess we'll just start taking stuff apart.
Do you want to see inside the control box? Because we could definitely open that up. It only looks like it's a handful of. It's the best way. Yeah. It only looks like it's a handful of screws. I don't think we can do that.
I can use this fancy dancy phone.
Sure. I kind of want to see in though.
Nice, but not necessary. Here, there you go. Cool.
All right.
Oh,
Okay. So it doesn't look like the build will take too long.
we're gonna try to stick with the tools that came with it, just to see if one, they're good tools, and two, how long it takes with just normal Allen keys.
Hopefully it won't be too bad. There's only 6 screws holding the acrylic plate on, which I kind of want to peel this lovely brown sticker off. My first printer that I got used and picked it up for $100, and the guy tried to run ABS through an A8.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
And plugged it up, and I think he had maybe almost a print out of it before he wrecked it, kind of. So I had to rescue it. And that's my first home personal computer.
Yeah, there it is.
So inside it, we got a nice big dual MOSFET here.
The 32-bit Tri-Gorilla Pro?
Yeah, it's a Tri-Gorilla Probe, which I believe is in one or two of their other printers. And it's 32-bit ARM processor in it. Yes, I have an A8, but I've made it safe. Honest. I've got MOSFETs in it. I've changed it all around.
We can still be friends.
My A8 is now safe. I've actually got a V6 hot end on it now, and yeah, so I've done a lot to it.
The power supply doesn't look like MOSFET. It looks like just a generic power supply, 24 volt though.
Yeah.
And what do you got? Output here. P1000, so 1001, I guess.
It is set to 230, so let's change it to 150.
150.
Yeah, so fairly clean setup on the in here. There's not a lot in here. We've got a USB on the outside for the connections and a card reader, and that's about it. I'm not sure that this is running Marlin or not. We will find out.
Yeah.
No, the heat bed is not mains power. The heat bed is connected. There is a dual MOSFET here. It's one side is for the hot end, one side's for the hot bed. So it is actually dual in there.
Yeah.
So
The
we're
only thing
okay.
I can, just looking in there, it looks like they got one fan to cool it, which in theory should work because they do have lots of nice little vents on the side there.
Yeah,
so
there's quite a bit of vents, and
I don't see an exhaust fan.
No, there's
So
no.
there's no exhaust fan. So it's,
There's a large fan on the power supply. The power supply has vents on the right-hand side. And there's quite a few gaps. It's got a touch screen. Yeah, no, I think it's good. I'm not sure. One thing I read said that it has 4988s, and then one thing I said it said it has trinamic driver. So I'm not sure.
time will tell. Well,
The
bring it
cheap.
up.
Oh, it's 120. Yeah, they've done that on a few of their printers.
Yeah.
They put mains right to the board. I hear it heats up fast.
It's not bad. The last Delta I built was the little monster, so. No one
Yeah,
knows.
we will hear it for sure.
Well,
Whether
I
it's-
won't. I'll turn it on and leave, right?
all right, let's put the
I
now.
built you an acrylic.
Now we can see through into the bottom.
Ooh. I wonder if it's gonna be as pretty as the little monster when it boots up. You'll feel like the aliens are coming for you.
Alright. Not sure where that slot goes. Okay.
Let's look in the manual. We
Yeah,
have a manual.
We do have a manual. I'll let you look that up.
Thank you. I would love to look that up.
So there's a notch in the acrylic, and I wasn't paying attention to the notch, so I do not know. It might go to the front. I'm going to assume that it does go to the front,
Probably.
by the display, and then hopefully that is
Where
correct.
is our acrylic? Acrylic is-
Yeah,
The
yeah.
acrylic's just on the top, so that must be for our spool holder.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the spool holder? Is
Doesn't
it on the
matter.
back?
Doesn't matter, just has to
I
be
guess,
on top.
I guess it does.
Yeah.
I saw on Maker Muse the other day, or no, was it Maker Muse or Teaching Tech? I think maybe it was Teaching Tech. He had one of the new Creality Ender 3 boards that have the, on the back, okay. We can put it on the back.
Yeah, it's just for the spool holder, so we can flip it.
On my left over here, okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't want
He had the new Ender board, and it had 2208s on it. It's kind of crazy. They're starting to get a lot better boards on those ones. All right.
So this pop top back on, and then we can get to the actual assembly. Ooh.
Oh, is that what it is? They're not shipping them, really? Oh, sneaky.
Yeah,
I did see it available for purchase.
they did the same thing with their CR10S boards. Let's leave a driver off, and then you can buy a better one later.
So you'll probably have to get the Ender Pro Plus.
I'm definitely gonna get the MKS Pro Plus.
Yeah. I do have an MKS board coming for me with Trinamics 2130s and SPI mode. So, what do you think of that one, CR20S Pro?
They look like a ender, eh? Does it print around the same
Is it kind of
quality,
like
or
a deluxe ender?
I'm just gonna let's see here. Above desk. I'm just gonna this one.
Yeah, so this is our live view,
Yeah.
and this is the preview.
Yeah.
So whichever one you want to go to.
I'm gonna go to the other desk.
This is our first live stream, so we're still
learning some stuff. I'm just gonna flip over. The manual here comes full color. It's definitely good English, so you can understand all the instructions, full parts lists.
No way, it's you're the only one in the chat room. You can comment as much as you
Yeah,
want.
keep it coming.
We appreciate you showing up.
Yeah.
I know I'm always in your chat, visiting and everything. So
Yeah, so there's not a whole lot to write home about, but it is a nice manual.
all right.
Transition. There we go.
Okay, so what is the next? Is
The next step is we lay this flat on the table facing the other way, and then we screw some legs on.
you do the top first?
All
Okay.
right. According to our good friend
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
I like Emmanuel.
Unless you make me a moderator. Yeah, we could probably swing that.
Yeah, we probably could, but you're the only one in here, so you're only moderating yourself.
Unless we make him a moderator, it'll cut his comments out though.
All right.
That's what he's getting at.
So I don't know if if there's one. Does it matter?
No,
All right.
no, don't take those off yet.
No.
Don't
Okay.
hook them up like this, because the
Yes,
plastic
that makes
wrap keeps
sense.
it from sliding down.
Makes sense. All right.
Well, maybe we can fix that.
All right.
Just see if I can make them. All right, just don't kick us out of our own channel, eh?
Okay. Is there a larger Allen key?
All the Allen keys are in that bag.
Because I've got 3 Allen keys,
Yeah.
and none of them seem to. Oh! Wait a minute.
Gotta take them all.
It's hidden.
Yeah. Oh, here, look. Here's another one.
All right. Found it.
Nice set of tweezers there.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It definitely looks like an ender on the website.
So, do you know which board's inside there? Is it the same board that's in the CR10S or Pro?
Did you remember to plug the stepper in before
I
you?
did.
Woohoo!
I did. We can play back the video. if you
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, all the stepper drivers are nice on the side, but you gotta remember to plug them in first. I don't see. There should be. Oh, it's attached already. This piece here,
Yeah, there's that one of them.
This is
You
the only-
hide.
yeah, it's the only one, and it hides the heat bed cable.
Oh, so that one probably went here. But we could probably just slide that out
Where's the? Why would it? Why does it have to go here?
because you feed it up here.
Oh yeah, you can just slide that thing out though. Here, watch.
They have a plastic piece that goes and hides the channel.
Ooh. Yeah, it's just a little piece of plastic, goes up the channel, hides the heat bed cable.
Really looks like you had a lot of fun at Murph. I wish I could have been there. We were talking that maybe next year we'll try to plan to go. It looked pretty amazing, all the stuff there.
Can't see 'em. Yeah. Murph and Earth confused me though, because geographically speaking, they're both east.
And you're way south,
Yeah.
and we're way north.
We're way north.
So it's
Which one do you want to do next?
we can do that.
Do this one?
We looked, and it was what, 26 hours driving if we drove direct from where we are to Murph,
Yeah.
and we hadn't pre-planned. So
So, do you want to grab the?
well, 16 hours still is closer than 25. So
Do you want to do a close-up cam just so we can see the?
sure. 1 second, we're going to.
Play with all of our camera angles.
We hooked up as many cameras as we could get.
Yeah,
So
so it feeds nicely, the stepper cable feeds nicely out, plugs in, and then you just slide that, see here, you just slide that right on in there. And easy as that, nice and hidden. I gotta say, so far, I'm enjoying this. Got it?
yep.
Okay. This build is way better than the little monster. Like, it took me probably 2 days to build the little monster. I had to keep coming back and forth, and
you were working.
yeah, I was
full-time, too.
working full time, but it's definitely more of a dance than this. It didn't come half as assembled, and for the price, I mean, like I said, this guy here is $850 up in Canada. I don't know what the U.S. price is. Probably like with our exchange rate, what, $5? Maybe $6. But I mean, it's a decent build so far, and good construction quality. I gotta say, nothing stripped yet, so.
No, it's
$350. Yeah.
yeah.
That's the one problem. I mean, up in Canada, we don't have access to half the filaments and the suppliers that the U.S. has down there, and to bring anything up, you have to pay like $40 just to bring a spool up here.
Last weekend we're not far from the U.S. border.
They just
So-
like, yeah.
So I ordered some RC parts and for a extruder build that I'm doing, and it was cheaper to get them shipped to the border and go pick them up
Filament, yeah.
for an hour drive and there, an hour drive back, than it was to ship them to my house. So we just had them shipped to the border and went for a nice road trip.
Yeah, I have looked at filament.ca. It's just the econo filament that you can get close to us is still $32, which, you know, down in the States you can get the Matter Hacker build series. It's like $20 a roll.
We have both been buying Amazon filament just because for us right now it's
Cheap and
it's
great.
convenient,
Yeah,
and I've had pretty good luck with it.
I haven't had a roll that's failed. We're in, Solutech's really good. We're in Lethbridge, Alberta, so we're right, kind of right in the middle of the south border between
Montana.
Alberta, Montana, yeah.
Yeah, Sweetgrass is only
Like 45-minute drive from
45.
there.
Yeah, it's really quick. Well, Great Falls is like from our doorstep to Great Falls is like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just under, depending on how crazy you drive.
I gotta say, it's nice once you get to the U.S. and Montana and can actually drive again.
Yeah, the speed limit's a little higher there, which is quite nice. I did not miss any.
Oh, we're all the same. Yeah, perfect. You like that. You know, both of them, like for us, they're not far apart. Our best bet would be fly out east to Toronto area, rent a car, and drive 8 hours, really. Maybe next year.
Yeah. My dad's in California, so if there's anything out there, I could stay with him. He's near LA, so. All right, what is step number?
Step of the number 2. put the top on, which is the bottom. So leave it like this,
Alright.
and then we just slide that top piece on. And
Should-
look, so the screen is where?
Screen is the
So we want to make sure that our power cable for the heat bed comes down this one.
Okay.
So we can, if
Should
you
we,
want,
should
can-
we put it on the floor right here?
No.
And then we can, assemble it right?
Sure. Here, hold on. Before we do that, I'm a big fan of foam.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dragging the desk out
Ah,
and the,
gotcha.
okay, we're just gonna switch cameras. There.
Perfect. Okay, so where
That
was
works
the
out.
screen again?
Screen is there.
There. So we want this way. They've done a really nice job on the bottom of this guy because literally you can slide it in once you get all the corners aligned, and it just catches. You can
Wow.
set it, and there's no worrying about falling right through the bottom.
That's pretty slick.
So we just need screws, and away we go. Yeah.
I'd love to go down to Florida. My stepmom in California, she's from Tallahassee. I don't know how close or far away from you that is.
Isn't that so much nicer than the little monster? It was a balancing act, right? Like, hope it doesn't fall, hold it.
You do have to.
You have to lift it a bit, but it's not too bad. Especially with an extra set of hands. I'm only holding it up about an inch here, so for our American friend.
Yeah.
For our metric friends, I don't even know.
Oh, really? You only live 35 miles. Her and her brother still have a cabin near a lake. I'm not sure what lake they refer to because
That's like-
I've never gotten to go to it. So
It's like saying, do you know Steve from Canada?
yeah, but she said there's a big lake and
Do you have some other screws
Nearby
I can
then.
set one in the back here?
yep.
And then it'll hold itself up. I just need one. Although I may need that down key. Here, hold it back up a bit. There you go. And then do you want to pass me that? And then we'll just, oh, I got some ink. So,
Well,
yeah.
this is pretty slick. I
This
gotta
is
say.
almost as easy as building my CR10S.
This is a dual heating.
It is. It's a dual zone heating bed.
Nice. You could. So this bed could be used on a 12-volt printer, but we do have a 24-volt.
We
so-
do, so we're in luck. The other thing I've noticed, I'd have to check. We got an SD card? Yeah, so we got SD card reader and big SD card.
I will ask her definitely about that.
How'd the floor project go? Huh, it comes with a pretty hefty card reader here. It's probably cheap and Chinese, but you got micro SD, SD, and then normal sizes.
And no USB on the printer to insert it into.
No, so you
it's-
get to use the
you get
card
to use the
reader.
card reader.
I've cleaned them and are nice. Yeah, we just did ours last weekend. We put some hardwood in. Well, not in. We took the carpet out. And there was hardwood, thankfully. That was amazing. Yeah, this build is sturdy too. There's no wobble in the floor. And really, we're ready to tip it up.
I gotta do the 3 more screws.
I know. Let's just tip it up now. Tip it up, plug the heat bed in, hide the cable, and put the hot end on, so that'll be next. Well, if you got away with 2 years, that's pretty good.
So I gotta ask, is there just no internet provider that provides wire lines in your area? Like, is it you're remote enough that there's just like no one has like cable or whatnot, because I know all your streams are done over cellular.
So they give you this nifty after sales care card with a bunch of QR codes on the back that probably get you in
Just
touch with their
DSL.
service.
DSL, really, that's it.
Ooh, nice. I won't tell you what my internet provider at home gets me then.
You're still faster than me, David.
Oh yeah, I get a gig and a half down, so I don't complain.
We're actually, our boss kindly let us do the build here at our work. So we have pretty good internet here, but it wasn't letting us stream 1080 for some reason.
You have 20 and 1.5. Yeah, yeah. That's not very fast at all.
Yeah. I have 85 at home, and then only my up is like, I think it's 8 is what I get up.
Yeah, that's the problem with cellular. They just fall off and no more signal, no more service.
Okay.
How's it going there?
I think I'm just tightening up the last
All right, well,
one.
I will pick it up and flip it over. Actually, we can probably, I don't know.
Yeah, you can put it back.
Yeah, we'll put it back up on the table here.
You pulled out that little?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just do it all the way down, and then all the way up. You wanna get that
Got
cord?
it.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we are going to,
Let's go to this little guy, and we might be able to get it.
yeah, let's aim it up, because we're gonna, this
Yeah.
is the one we gotta feed the cord up anyway.
Yeah. Did you switch it?
I have not.
You ain't it.
All right, so let's go to movable cam.
It's crazy sturdy. I would.
Let's go further back.
I would definitely say that the. There we go. Compared to the little monster, which is a lot of hassle, this is.
Is this the next, or is?
Yeah, that's it. Now, in theory, the tension on they have to, the rod tension is just right, which was awesome on the little monster too, because when you installed those, you had to set all the belt tensions yourself, and chances are they were gonna fall. These is the same optical sensors in the top here still, but we'll have to see how the other ones
I
fare.
did read that these are using V-rails, so it's
Yeah.
just, we can adjust the concentric nut
Yeah.
to make sure that it's
That's the same with the little monster.
the tension's just right.
And it is. Right now, anyway, on this one, the tension is perfect. We got 3 more to go. Yeah, the smoothie wear is rough, eh?
Well, I'm not, is that what it runs, smoothie wear? I'm
On
not
the
sure.
little monster.
On the yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so we can take all of this off. Now,
Uh,
one
Do
thing
we have
that
the
I
strip?
did, huh?
The strip
It's
to,
right sitting in front of you. Switch there. I learned this lesson the hard way with the little monster. So I'm not gonna make the same mistake on this lovely brand new printer. So all I did there, I'll just show. When I did the little monster, the first thing it did once I got the hot end on was crash, and it took a chunk out of that build plate. So learning from my lessons, we just cut a piece of foam from the packing, and now it's our safety bubble.
all right, what's next?
We can take all of this plastic.
Okay, I'll work on that.
And let's see here, we're getting pretty close. We have to put the hot end on and that stuff on. leave those off. Cover strip, it did. Prepare the print head. Okay, set. Use the 16 screw in the brass eyelet. We can do this.
All right, I believe.
Here, here, do you want me to, if you switch back to the overhead on this one, and
Is the overhead going to see in?
we can move it over a bit, because you're just gonna be doing the, if you do the, can you-
There.
Yeah,
That'll
just
work.
do it right there.
There.
Now we'll continue over. So, do this.
Okay, so if I can find it.
Here is this piece, the
Perfect.
most important part of the hot end, the hot end. Oh yeah, and this one here, oh, beautiful. This one's a little looser, so we might tighten up those eccentric nuts a bit. but-
Okay, so is there a orientation for front?
Yeah, this is leaps and bounds construction-wise, way better than the little monster. Not a bad printer in its own, but I would much rather put this together. Did you put the screw in this part? It said put the set screw in.
In here.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh,
Yeah.
I got. Did you put the brass nut on? I'm just.
I did.
kidding,
I
you
did.
And it doesn't matter which way's front or back. Here, I'm just kidding.
Yes. All right. Ah,
Don't drop the pieces.
try not to. All right.
How's the audio? Can you hear us okay?
All right. Hopefully we didn't lose you. Okay, good.
Awesome. We kind of cowboyed this whole thing together in a couple hours.
Yeah, like I said, this is our work. We work for the school district here. So we're fortunate enough that we have some 3D printers in the schools that they need support with, and the IT department gets to help.
Okay.
I'm
Just
not
check
gonna
this out.
tighten that all the way.
You know, these are pretty darn good. This one might have to, so of all the gantry arms, only one feels a little loose. Do you want me to hold it?
No, I'm good.
Okay, okay. Yeah, this printer's actually, it's gonna stay in our office, once it's done. And it'll become the printer that people can send jobs to.
So this is, we work for a school district, so we have 25
Yeah,
schools?
there's 25 schools.
And so this printer will be accessible by any of the schools if they need to print something large. It's probably gonna be right beside David's desk.
Yep, definitely, yeah.
But either way, it's allows them to not front the costs at a school if it's only gonna be used maybe for,
Yeah, one or
you
two
know,
prints.
one or two prints or a couple kids for a semester, and then everyone will have access to it and whatnot. A lot of our schools do have printers. There's some Dremels out there, and some Revolutions, but which is by a company that went bankrupt called Infinity, and they had no cooling.
Nothing.
Yeah, they're not.
It's not really a printer.
Yeah.
Let's just go there. Yeah, personally for myself, I rock Creality stuff at home. I have an Ender and a CR10S, Ender Pro, sorry. And a CR10S.
I'd like a CR10S Pro, but I also like a Prusa. They're hard to get up here.
Yeah.
I mean, if I want to get a Prusa, I gotta spend a lot. So right now, I get what I can get, and so yeah. All right, so that looks good. Oh, now it's extruder. Where's the
Yeah, the
extruder?
extruder is over.
Here it is. So this one, I don't know about the little monster, but this one, the extruder actually hangs. So if you take a look,
Yeah,
extruder has quite a couple springs,
Yeah.
and it floats right here, and it has just a short Bowden tube between the. Yeah. So now.
So comparatively with just that long piece of filament, this is going to make it, much more effective than the little monster was.
It'll probably do flexible pretty good.
Creality machines print amazing. I agree with that. That's why I ran and got another one, and I'm looking at getting the CRX next, perhaps.
We're also talking about I like your printed printer. We saw the one what's the name of it?
Malbot?
Malbot.
Yeah.
And we're thinking that might be a neat one to try.
Man, this is yeah. You're not threaded at all.
I was looking at chat. Sorry.
I don't. Don't strip the screws. They're from China.
Yeah, we can't find
Yeah.
another screw from China.
Nope, there's no more in existence. This is it.
There we go.
Awesome.
All right. So what I didn't watch the end of your A10 Delta there. How did the print come off?
We're a little out of frame on this. So I'm just switching cameras here so you can kind of see what we're up
Oh,
to.
that one is loose, eh?
So the springs just mount right into the printer, nicely on top of the extrusion. So it looks like we have one loose one, but actually not so bad. And PFET tube is in. Everything looks good. The only one that's really slipping on us is this one, so we might have to just adjust that. Yeah. This
That's
one's not
a little
even
bit.
bad.
That's not bad.
We might just try it like it is and see.
Yeah, I looked online. What is it, like $350 US or something, or for that one? And the build volume's not
Okay.
huge.
So now we have printer. We have to put the spool holder on because we definitely forgot.
Oh, wow, we can move it to the
Yeah.
floor to do that.
So we have to hook up some belts and stuff too.
Let's just see what this, what do they say next? That, oh, they want the runout sensor.
Ah, yes. Sensor of the run.
So it looks to me like, which camera am I on?
You're on this one up there.
This one?
Yeah.
No, I'm on this one.
No, you're not.
Same. So this, oh,
This
you're
side
right.
is the live.
Okay, sorry. So the filament runout sensor, it looks like it's just a basic switch,
Yeah, it's a micro switch. in
micro
there.
switch.
You're not gonna get jam detection or
Yeah.
anything like that out of it.
That's it. Nothing fancy.
No, don't write home about it. And if you were, just stop, right?
Yeah, half the price, eh? Who makes the mono price one?
Mono price.
Is it actually mono price, or did they
is the
just?
company? But not up. Yes.
No optical, no.
9 optical. Here, I'll hold that. There you go. There you go. There you go. That one. This is the only part I could say might be easier with a regular driver.
Yeah, that's true.
All the other ones have been actually pretty okay.
Time rebranded. Yeah, because they basically OEM all theirs and rebrand it.
Okay, so according to our good friend, after the filament sensor goes in, we plug in cables. And do you want to hit the camera switch? I'll just show the nice labeling. Okay, let's not get sick. We'll go slow. So on the cables here, really nice, really good and labeled, right? And you can match up each side, clip them on in. That's what we like to see. Okay, so what is this?
Band 0. There you go. Band 0.
It's like 199. Yeah, they are cheap.
Band 2.
I've been actually looking at the FL Sun stuff just for fun. It would be a project printer that I don't expect much out of, I would think. Oh, it's super clean compared to the Monster, and if it prints anything like the other AnyCubic stuff, it's gonna be probably the winner. Probably the winner. Where does my SD card go?
In the back.
Oh, SD card goes in the back.
In the back.
Oh yeah, that's handy. So while Greg's clipping the cables in here, I'll just give you a little tour around the top. So we have our front end here with the control panel, and then they tuck all the connections. So you have a flash card and the USB port are on the back. Easy to get to still though, and hopefully it works better.
It's just barely over a meter tall. Are we still? Yeah.
No, up here.
So this is their auto leveler. It's magnetically held on. You connect it and take it off. It doesn't have a BL Touch integrated or anything, and it's just a manual switch.
The name of the printer is the Predator, AnyCubic Predator.
Yeah, it's their brand new model. It's not even.
It's not on their website.
It's not on their website yet. If you go to their support page, it is on their support page.
$529 American. So that's so $529 for you is $850 for us. Up in Canada here. So.
All right.
So we got everything on. We've clipped the. Let's get that sensor on, I guess.
I think you have
Or
to.
do you do
I
that?
think you home it to the center first,
Yeah.
and then put it on.
Okay.
But before we do
As
that,
long as it doesn't say do.
let's.
It does say put the glove holder on.
Yeah. So let's move it down to the ground.
Teamwork. It's over 50 pounds. It is a little heavy. It is a little heavy. 2-person job. You have to put the nuts on.
Yeah. No, I'm just seeing which way. Actually, it might. I think it goes that way
Because let's see here.
because it's notched.
Like that, you mean?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right. Right now we're on the desk view.
If we turn it this way and move it as close as we can see. Yep.
Or we could do it right over here.
Okay.
One sec, we're just gonna go switch views.
So we just had the discussion, the notch is here for the spool holder, and we were talking about which way it goes, and there's actually a notch that locks it to go just the one way, so Greg's just assembling that now there.
Just putting the nuts in.
Whoa.
I gotta say that this has been going, it's pretty smooth, actually.
We've only been at it for an hour, so an hour, and there's one piece left on the table. So as far as build time goes, this is crazy fast. I don't think we're gonna get it booted up tonight. I think we'll take time to do a full overview of it, but we'll get it powered on at least. It'll go beep beep, maybe. I don't know if it beeps. Hopefully it beeps.
Maybe, well, it'd be nice to get a print going.
Oh, not before we have to leave. Unfortunately. What does this say? Oh,
Anything interesting?
No, just manual stuff.
No. I got it.
Oh, I see what you did.
All good.
Okay, this, what's this? There's a mystery yellow vial,
That
and it's an
looks-
acupuncture needle.
Yeah,
So they give you a 0.4. The other notable mention is they give you 4 or 5 extra nozzles in that bag. So I don't know where that bag went.
The bag's over there.
No, that's not the nozzle bag.
There was a nozzle bag.
Yeah, we'll find it or not.
So, well, the acupuncture needle could be if you lift it and throw your back up.
Yeah, with the option to do here. It's not in the bag.
I never did use the gloves.
Oh man, I wonder what kind of disease we caught from the winter.
So,
These are empty.
are you
Anyway,
are you sure it came with?
Yeah, we got nozzles. We'll find them. Or not. Weird.
Okay.
So you gotta be kind of collective, I guess, eh?
All right. Do we want to? I don't think we need to open the skin color,
No, we'll just.
but we do have this wonderful gold.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And you broke everything.
And the stream is still going. I knocked over the computer.
Is this it? No. I don't know where that bag went.
We'll have to look through the garbage.
I just did. This is at the bottom. Come
Alright,
on.
so-
It will melt plastic. This is true, it will melt plastic. And we have plastic in it.
Okay. Let's
where's
move
the
it back
pa-
up to the table.
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
Well, I want to go to the close-up camera.
Up.
Let's straighten out right here.
Oh. Close up cam. Don't worry. I mean, it's not copyrighted.
Okay, let's go down a little lower.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to feed the filament through the runout sensor. And there we go.
And we're through the sensor.
And then now into the.
And we're through the tube. Don't go all the way down the hot end yet, though.
Okay.
Let it heat up before you
Okay.
put it down there.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll see how it works.
All right, let's
which camera
plug
do
her
we
in.
want?
Let's move her up back up. What do you think?
Sure. Actually, yeah, let's move it up. We'll just switch cameras briefly here. Let's go to that one for a second. Yes.
All right.
1, 2, 7.
This is actually not that.
No,
bad.
I was joking when I said it was heavy. It's the opposite of heavy.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna turn. What do we got?
Power right here.
Yeah, here you go. Since we don't need this camera up here anymore.
Let's aim it at the front.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, so I changed the power. Whoa.
Oh!
That's really interesting considering the power switch is off. Oh,
Uh,
no, it's not.
no, it's not.
I was like, what happened there?
Alright, let's let me check my above table camera. And do you want to go behind? Well,
No.
this is our option right here. So just stay.
Should I turn it so they can see the screen?
Perfect, yeah.
All right.
Awesome, we'll get this in frame
Alright.
here. And transition.
All right.
So here's the printer. It actually booted right up to the menu. Do you want to do the close-up?
There is no smoke, you're correct. But,
I smell no electrical burning. I'll go change the camera.
okay,
Movable. Transition. So here we are at the menu.
let's see if we can get it to focus.
I doubt Alright, so the instructions give you a few things to start with. So
I'm turning it off for a sec. Alright.
Height measurement. Before leveling, in order to avoid burns from the hot nozzle, it is recommended you cool it down first. So before you even heat it up, they want you to cool it down. But it does tell us to extrude some filament to make sure it works before we do the nozzle.
Okay.
So
tools?
tools, filament in, click OK.
Old extrusion prevented. So now it's heating up.
I might be able to get that camera.
Focus. This is a pretty crappy camera. We'll try switching it. Sorry about the seasickness. That's better.
Lock the leg in. Lock the leg in.
And
Oh yeah. That's not bad.
not perfect,
We
but
can, if we drop these here.
you know what? You know what I can do. Uh-oh, is this the device not recognized?
Oh man.
Oh, I'm glad you don't get seasick. Okay, so it's
We lost our
what?
camera.
No.
Yeah, look.
Oh well, we can stop and start it
Okay.
because it could have gotten loose.
Which one is that? That's above table and camera. Activate.
Whoa. Okay, just hold on.
That's a feature.
Let's deactivate it. Hey, there we go.
Awesome. Do you have the video back, good sir?
Alright. Okay, it says it's at 2:30, so I'm gonna click video or filament in,
I know, right? That was psychedelic.
and there we go.
So
The
again,
extruder is moving,
get some extrusion. Oh, hey.
and there we
Here,
go.
I'll grab the movable cam. Do you want to show some
Sure.
awesome filament extrusion? Oh, look at it go! And all the with the mushrooms. Yep. All right, so we had extrusion. So it warns us and tells us to cool down. So if we go back, I'll just switch back here now so we don't get seasick. Cooling. Done. That's easy. Everything seems to be fairly straightforward in front in this menu. Just comparing it to a little monster because it's relatively the same. You don't have to dig through the sub-menus too much. It's nice and simple.
And right out of the box, it was English.
This
Just,
is
I'm,
true.
I'm not
Not-
nothing against other languages,
No French. I
but
mean,
but it's my first language, so it always is helpful.
yeah. So we can take off the plastic on the build plate now. Satisfying rip. Nice.
So do we want to? We don't want the foam on there yet.
No,
Are we good now?
we're good. Let us see.
After homing, move the z-axis the distance of the nozzle to the platform. Okay, so they want us to manually. They want us to home the axes once this is cool, and then they want to. Let's. I'm not sure where. Oh, I'm kind of in here. They want us to home all the axes and then bring it down to the build plate and then level it with the nozzle before putting on the leveling.
Which we can do easily. Before leveling, avoid burning, cool down. It's pretty cool. Not quite all the way cool. Cool. More level probe. Probe.
Yeah,
You need the probe.
that's right here.
You need the probe.
So
So
we want to home it though, don't we?
it says you need the probe. Doesn't it? It says use the probe, otherwise it'll crash. Right? Click Tools, More Level Probe, and the screen will pop up with a message. Click Add More. Just gonna flip up to the table camera. So we clicked More, and then we click Level Probe. And then after auto home, move the Z-axis till the distance of the nozzle to the platform as A4. Okay, that doesn't sound good. So we've got an end stop switch that's definitely not functioning. I think it's this side.
Well, no, this one was grinding.
I think it was this one, wasn't it?
Nope.
So we're gonna have to open it up. All right.
Well, troubleshooting time.
All right. Awesome. So we'll have to lift it down, get into it,
Yeah, I'm thinking a sensor
and
is not good.
plug that sensor in.
All right. Well, shall we move this back over here and
Let's do this so
put it
that
on
you
the
don't
floor.
make people ridiculously sick while they move that camera. Seems pretty good.
we'll check all the sensors.
For speed, I'm gonna pull out the screwdriver now.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch.
So just
Let's move
to
this a little closer.
speed things up, I'm switching to the iFixit screwdriver, which will.
Well, we'll see which is faster. All right. Let's see.
And we got the spool holder fed through the middle now. So I think the easiest call here is just gonna be cut the filament.
Actually,
Yes, lower please. So we either have a loose sensor or a broken.
we don't need to take that off.
Oh, that's true. Sensor. Now which side was it? It was this side, right?
I think it's, yeah.
What was that?
Oh, it's just the screws. I set them over there.
So it looks pretty seated into this plug. I'll just take it out maybe.
That looks okay.
And the hand looks just fine.
This one,
Plug it back in.
this one looks okay.
Just gonna check the board.
Yeah.
Oh dear. These are not built for people with large fingers, I'll tell you that.
There we go. That one looks okay on this side.
Screwdriver.
That one looks okay. I checked this one looks good. Just
Check this one.
might as well just.
Yeah.
We can turn it on and then we can see if the sensor light comes on. 'Cause it-
Yep, let's do it. Just grab the power cable. So we're gonna leave it on the floor.
Yes, we are going to home it with the cover off.
Yes. Oh man.
Let's not go through that again. Okay, so this one has end stop, so I'm just gonna manually slide this up.
Does the light come on?
It does, well, no, it has a light on. So does light go off when it, no? Okay,
That's not going in. That's why. This is bent. Like the first time you went up, it stuck.
interesting.
So you wanna grab the close cam?
Yeah.
And then gotta switch found the problem. The sensors were all hooked up and fine. And this is the first problem we ran into with this build, but right here, can we see? Kinda. There's a black piece right here. Yep, awesome. And that's bent. It's bent just a little bit, so it's stopping
just a
the.
little cockeyed.
So we'll just bend it back here and
Let's see. I wonder.
come up and see where we're bent.
I wonder,
On this
could
side.
could this need to move over
The switch?
the sensor?
I don't know. We'd have to unassemble.
No, it doesn't look like it moves.
So
Looks pretty solid.
we're gonna go with the. I'm bending it a little bit. Now, finger. Oh, that's way better. Yeah,
that's good.
we're right in. So the fix was
You know the other thing.
super easy.
The other thing I'm going to do is I'm flipping the. When I installed these springs, I let the spring part sit on the top. I think I need to flip it.
You're gonna twist the whole thing if you do that, right?
No, just flip the spring so that it sits down on the metal part.
Oh, you
here.
just want to change that there.
So, because right now, it's hard to see, the spring goes up here. I think if it goes down, because what happens when it gets to the top, the spring hits.
You're hitting that spring before the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's the other issue. So I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to switch back to the top view, and I'm just
Where'd
going
you
to.
put my bits?
They're all right here.
Can I have bits, good sir?
So we'll just quickly switch that,
I fix it to the rescue.
and
Did you show them the upside down spring on the cliff?
yes, I did.
Awesome. So we want this way.
There we go. Yes, I think that makes more sense.
Magnetic. There we go. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like this, where it's like a hat, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
So,
that
in
was-
all fairness, it probably said this in the instructions, and
Yeah.
we read, put the springs on.
And I put it together, so I'm going to blame me.
No, I always blame the person that's not here. It's Vince's fault. I promised I'd give him an honorable mention, so.
There you go. That was his honorable mention.
Yes, we have a third person in 3D Makers with us, but he was not able to attend.
All right. Shall we try a proper home with the?
Let's
Top off?
do the beep test. Beep. Yep. Man, they make it really easy. It's my fault. You weren't. I guess you're not here, so yeah, it was your fault. It's always the moderator. So
Okay.
should we lift it back up or just do it right here?
Let's just do the first one here, and then we can move it back up.
If we do the movable, we can just put it right on this table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that works.
Let's go do this. Can't quite reach.
I got it.
Oh yeah. Not that we can really see what's going on, but
How about is there a different angle?
if we get closer, maybe.
Here,
LCD screens are
I
the
will.
worst.
I'll hold it.
Okay, so tools. Oh no, it was oops. Back. They call me clicky a lot because I click all the buttons. There's more. And then leveling. Probe. The other thing I'm going to say is this touchscreen is incredibly sensitive, which means you don't have to jam your finger into it. It's basically the same experience as using like your smartphone. Oh, there you go. No grinding. So we homed up, and now it wants us to bring what it wants us to do is bring everything down. Where's the wow?
He's here.
Thank you. We might need a piece of paper. So after on home, then click Z0. So we need to get a piece of paper.
But it has a probe on it.
Yes, but it says use a piece of paper to get it close, and then you press Z0 again. Yeah, so you're actually stepping it up.
Oh, so do we just?
We need a piece of paper.
Well, grab the business card.
I got a piece of paper.
Okay.
This is a confidential piece of paper. No. Awesome. So all I'm clicking up here is Z0. After home, please install leveling sensor manually and then click OK.
Yep.
So we have our home sensor. We installed it. It's this guy right here. So I'm just going to click OK. And down it goes. I'm just going to get our paper here centered. So basically what we're doing is we're putting a piece of paper between the nozzle and the build plate to just make sure that the nozzle is going to be the right height away for printing. And it's going to run through its full homing routine.
Well, that's pretty impressive, actually, that it just started.
Yeah, it's just going. After the home, please follow the pop-up instructions. You can do that. At the beginning, the distance of the nozzle to the platform, so we could decrease by 10 feet. Yeah. So basically, it's going to do its thing. We just auto level it. I gotta say, way better experience than the little monster ever was. The nozzle crashed even with the auto probe that I had on. I think it had a VL Touch. And it looks like everything is just bouncing around nicely. I'm wondering about this cable perhaps, but I think there's nothing to do.
Yeah. It just hangs.
So the only thing that I can see is the cable kind of, do you want to move the camera up here? So this cable, since it's a floating extruder here, this cable moves around and sometimes the extruder turns so hard that it catches the cable, but I'm sure once the filament's in there, it'll still flow. And that's it. So done. Now remove the leveling sensor. Okay. So we have to take that sensor off. Again, magnetic, which is awesome.
Yeah, I gotta say that was pretty easy. There's a nice big magnet on here. There's a nice flat part that fits in here that it just goes on there nice and exact. Okay.
So it said start the leveling test G code, and I don't know what it did.
There's no, leveling test G code is on the SD card.
Oh, we forgot the most important part.
But we should probably put more filament in if we were going to do that.
Well, I don't think it actually prints. I think it just sets the nozzle down on the paper.
Yeah, but it had us load the filament earlier.
Okay, we'll put more filament.
All right, well, since it's working now, let's put the top back on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna switch back to here.
And the SD card?
I bet you it's with the nozzles.
No, it was on the desk. I put it inside of the reader.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Goes in the back.
So while we're doing that, I'm gonna run the Z probe thing again with the SD card in.
I think it'll show up on the menu, don't want it?
Yeah, but it's not at that part of the menu anymore because we got out of the wizard.
Oh.
There's no more Gandalf. He ran away. Oh, is the probe off?
Yes, we will remove the paper.
Oh. Which paper?
It's our new, it's the Canadian bed adhesion trick.
Yeah. Where's the level sensor? We need to put it back on.
It is right here.
So first off, let's go back.
And I will continue to put screws in.
Can you shut it off?
I can.
Thank you. Okay, turn it back. And think the level goes this way. Like this. Boop. This moves it out. Like this. And like this.
It was a Kardashian removable plate.
That's it. So I'm just running through that same wizard again.
This is, yeah, this is,
This is probably, once we get a level.
yeah.
Yeah. Because we're getting close. Z0.
Once we get it leveled and everything, then we'll probably call her a night. But, yeah, thanks for stopping by. The kids didn't even show up.
Oh. I'm gonna shut her off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it on. The sensor's just flipped, I think. Has to go like this,
Yes.
like this.
Yes.
Yes. So I just had the sensor flipped. No biggies. This.
Yeah, it goes directly into the nozzle.
Like almost. Oh wait, hold on. No.
Like
I see. It goes right on that piece that I was aiming for. I just sent it sideways.
there you go.
Now turn back on. Boy, I love the beeping. It makes me so happy.
Well, that it's actually working?
Yeah. Like, I'm not a word of the lie. I think the last little monster that I put together, I don't think it's being used yet. I don't think they've actually enjoyed printing with it.
Maybe they'll sell it to us for cheap.
I doubt it. So, the build plate on this guy too is some sort of build tack kind of material. I don't think it's PI, and it should.
I don't think it's removable either.
Yeah, I don't think it comes. It doesn't seem removable. No, it's
No.
not.
No.
So that's why you get the giant scraper with it. You get to chisel away at your print.
Yeah, non-removable build plate.
Which I'm okay with, because how about that magnetic build plate on the Ender Pro?
Isn't that the first thing you took off?
Yep, that floppy magnetic plate that PLA listed against, you bet.
Well, thanks for dropping by. If you need to take off, take off. But yeah,
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for sticking around.
yes, and know we'll see you in chat soon.
You should finish it up. Yeah, why don't we sign off?
All right. Well, I think we're gonna sign off because it's leveling now.
It's doing its thing. We'll
And,
pop on with a printing review of it and also some parts printing.
So thanks for dropping by again. I'm Greg, Eggy the Tech in chat.
David Harmon in the chat too. And we, thanks for stopping by, and we're 3D Make It.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we won't shut it off. You're welcome to stay until we're done. I think we're pretty much done though.
I think so. As soon as it finishes beeping.
We've had a long day too. Worked all day, went home, and then came here to do this. So
Once it finishes beeping, we're good.
I hope it works well too. I think what we're gonna do is now that it's all built, I think David's gonna do a review video.
Yep.
I've got a few videos that I've got queued up.
There it is.
We're on the wrong camera. I've got it in the studio mode and I didn't transition. But yeah, so I've got a couple of projects with my kids that I'm doing. I'm building a printer called Oscar. It's our super cheap, awesome rep wrap. And it's going to be as many recycled parts as we can find. I had to buy some parts, some smooth rods and stuff, but yeah, so we're doing that. I'm doing some power supply stuff. I've got a couple of videos that are editing, and so we're gonna start trying to put out content regularly.
Yep.
At least that's the plan. And there's 3 of us, so we're hoping that between the 3 of us, we can start with maybe a video a week
Yep.
and go from there.
yeah, so thanks for stopping by, and you guys take care. We're gonna sign off now. I got her, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no.